Hello everybody, welcome back to more Dark Souls 2 with Flik the Mage. We're back in Majula because I forgot to do some housekeeping yesterday when we were finishing up the other stuff. I got the key to the blacksmith's house, so I may as well let the poor sod in so he can get to work. Is there anything we can nab from in here? Yes there is. Oops, I forgot I don't have my dagger in that hand anymore. I should have done that, but whatever. I will stay in the habit of always checking every chest. You can't stop me. And that gives us our first ranged, well, our first non-magic ranged weapon. Do you have a reward for us?
Very good. Now I can get to work. But first, let me set up.
Okay, so basically if we rest at the bonfire, he pretty much sets up. But I don't want to spend anything on him yet. There is one more thing I forgot to do when I was doing the little tour of the village, other than pick up that item that's in there. Can't believe I forgot that. Yoink. It's just a life gem anyway, nothing important. Now if we come over here and avoid the pigs over behind the mansion, what I want to do is knock that stone there to nab that, which is an Estus Flask shard. You give these to the Emerald Lady and that gives you more uses of your Estus Flask. There's a separate item which actually improves the amount of HP you get back per use. As she's about to explain now.
Bearer of the curse seeks...
Oh, or not. Usually when you speak to her when you've found a shard, she'll give you a blurb about the shard. But there we go anyway. And if it isn't obvious, I did do a little bit of off-screen leveling, just enough to be able to equip a shield, because I need a shield. And I also got my attunement up one level so that I could equip Great Soul Arrow as well. So basically I've got 45 spell usage at the point we're at now. There's not much difference between the damage they're doing based on my current level of intelligence. We'll go back to the bonfire we last were at. We're going to do some other housekeeping in the sense of exploration as well, because there's some areas to explore, like when you go across that big tree that I was on last time before meeting the pursuer, you can drop down and explore there. It's going to be a bit iffy being a mage doing this stuff, but I'm going to try it. And we will get around to talking to Pate as well, because we have to go that way, I think. So there's some interesting stuff to happen, and I will try to get to the first boss in this part. I'm not 100% sure I'll manage it, but we'll see. I don't like sitting on too many souls, so I might as well buy something from her in the process. I might encourage her to move to Majula, because I want her to move there. I can't really afford anything of value. Let's just take some of them. You can never have too many life gems. Trees grew, rather, from the remains of giants. That is indeed true. Thank you kindly. Yes, all these enemies back here will be respawned, because I've been resting at bonfires and whatnot, and I haven't killed them enough to stop them doing that. I'll kill only what I have to, but I do have more spell uses now that I have Great Soul Arrow as well, so not too bad. I should probably not waste another spell on him and finish him off with a dagger. Yeah, I've got a shield now. What are you going to do? Nothing, because I put away the dagger. I mean the shield. Whatever. There is a backstab animation, by the way. It's just a little bit iffy to get. I don't think he's the ideal target to try and do it on. Nope, missed. That was the animation to try and trigger it, though. There we go. The window's a little bit smaller than it used to be, I think. But still. Did I waste a Great Soul Arrow? No wonder it did not so much. I meant to be using regular soul arrows. I know you're alive. Well, you were. Right, so out here is the tree that I was on before. But I want to fall... not there. Over there, where he is. Oh, that missed me by gnat's whisker. Is that the expression? No, it's not an ideal situation to fall here. Okay, I kind of got stuck, but whatever. Ooh. Yep, I know your attacks. You don't know mine. Another torch, fine. For every torch you pick up you get, is it 5 minutes? It's 5 minutes or 15 minutes? No, it's not 15 because that's way too much. It must be 5 minutes of additional time you can have the torch lit. You light it at bonfires or any other light source you find. There's certain areas of the game where it's exceptionally helpful, but none where it's absolutely required as far as I'm aware. So that's death if we drop down there. But I believe we can go this way and drop down safely. Relatively safely. Get rid of some of these damn archers. I just remembered actually there is a important, well, not important NPC, but there's an NPC that you can get to migrate to Majula by coming through all this stuff. So it is actually worthwhile, so I would suggest doing it. But we do have these archers to deal with, and their bodyguards. Let's get rid of the tough one first. 3, fine. After I've cleared out this area, I will probably go back to the bonfire. Just so I'm not wasting the items that restore spell usages, because they're not easy to come by until later in the game, and even then they cost a lot of souls. Right, so let me just double check I've done everything I can here. Yes, okay. Now you can drop down into that house area, but I don't think I want to. I want to aim over this way. Ooh, archer, bring it on. Right, it's over there I want to get to, I think. Yeah. I think I can make this jump. Oh god, I hope I can. Yeah, I can. Okay. It's been a long time since I've done this bit, so we'll move cautiously. We can get up onto the ramparts there, or we can go into the cave there. We'll go into the cave in a second. I just want to double check if there's anything up here. I think this is where that one of the archers were that I killed, but I can't remember if there's any more enemies or any items. So we'll soon see. There is indeed an item. Oh, you can actually go back this way. Damn it. Throwing knife. Is that it? That was not worth coming this way for. Especially if now I can't get back easily. And that's an area over there we won't be visiting for quite some time. Oh, hang on, we can drop... Alright, yeah, we can just drop onto here. So that was not particularly worth going... Did I just see an enemy drop down over there in the distance? Oh yeah, I did. I think it was his corpse, actually. There is still sometimes some weird corpse ragdolling. You know how it is. It's just the way it is. There we go. Ooh, very nearly overshot it. That is another thing I have a habit of doing. Right, and as we go through here, we have to move very cautiously because of a giant boulder. I don't think that's supposed to trigger when it does, by the way. I think it's supposed to trigger when you step out so that there's actually a risk of it hitting you. But whatever. Another human effigy, which is nice. And we'll rush up here. And digging in the dirt, we have that important NPC I was meaning, although we're first going to come over here and grab this item. More amber herbs, those are the things that restore spell usage, so they're very handy. For me, anyway. Let's have a conversation.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just daydreaming, I think.
Also, like the previous games, their lips don't move when they talk in the open.
Like yourself.
Kill the Traveller.
I'm navigating the continent to create a map.
So he's a cartographer, is basically the gist of it, and he has found a giant map. I'm going to fast forward his text a little bit because they talk so damn slowly.
When I first came to this
And they're also vague, so they basically say nothing but do it in an awful long way. It's like a Hideo Kojima game. So yeah, he is a cartographer. He found a huge map in the basement of the mansion in Majula. And he's been studying it but doesn't really understand it. And if you talk to him enough, he will return there and he'll also give you the key for the mansion. And he warns you not to go too deep into the mansion because stuff.
I've made it my temporary home.
Yes, he's a squatter. There we go, that's him covering it now.
Inside the mansion, I believe.
And the map of
now
Dranling.
I'm traveling the land. Yes. Wait.
He's kind of convincing himself that's why he came, but at the same time he isn't. So his memories, like many other NPCs, are a bit hazy of what's really been happening and why they've actually really came to that area.
Wonderful. Shame on you. Here, take it. What a joy to meet a...
Okay, one more time, I think.
Really is... Oh, I would not
venture deep into the mansion. He's heard disturbing noises. It's important to remember
I'll
that.
be back.
Okay, and there we go. He'll be back in Majula soon. Now, can I get back without using a homeward bone? I'm not 100%... Oh yes, actually, I remember. Actually, no, now I think about it, possibly not. I think that might be why you have to go up onto the rampart to get round to that side of the map. So let's not dilly-dally too long. That's kind of the only other aside. There's one more which is optional coming up where Pate is. There's kind of an optional area to work towards getting an item. There is actually an alternative route in, which is far, far better because you don't get jumped. So I'm going to do it the smart way, and I'm actually going to take on an enemy that I don't think you're supposed to be able to kill yet. But because I'm a mage, I think if I can keep away, I think if it hits me, I'm going to die. I'm going to be die, did I just say? I'm going to die. But I think I can get away with it not hitting me. And we'll soon see. Now, do I want to rest at the bonfire before I come up this way? I kind of do, because I've only got... I've only got 3 amber herbs. I'll switch to soul arrows. I'll use a few great soul arrows, and then I'll use an amber herb just to save myself repeating and going back to the bonfire and then having to kill the same few enemies again. So yeah, it's still not good enough to kill those guys in a hit, but it gets them wounded enough that I can stabby stab. The pursuer doesn't reappear here, by the way, on subsequent adventures back through this area. The bird doesn't drop him off again just for him to disappear. Which is just as well, really, because I can't handle him yet. Let's use one more regular arrow. And then we'll use an amber herb. How many do we get back? Wow, that actually gave back 11 soul arrows. I was not expecting it to do that. If you use it on pyromancies, but it must be a certain percent of their max number then, because for pyromancy it basically gives you nothing. But pyromancies have like 2 or 3 uses each, so that would explain it. Huh. So yeah, I'm impressed. Oh, did you have an item on you? No, it was just souls. It's fine. I see you, Mr. Man. I still don't have... Oh, why can I not... I was locked onto him. What the hell was he shooting at the floor for? He's still not dead? No, he is. No. Now you are. Right, I want to ideally not trigger like the 4 that pour out of the room with the ballistae in it, whatever. But let's go speak to Pate first, and that might trigger some of them, so I'll have to watch my back for a second. Let me just check here. Oh, also, there was an item under the stairs that I forgot about. We'll get that in a second too. But let's hear Peter Serafinowicz voicing Pate.
Hello there. Traveling all alone in these treacherous times. Well, I hope you have a very good reason. Oh, hogwash. Who am I to judge? My name is Pate. I journey hither and thither on a sort of treasure hunt, you might call it. Be careful out there. There's talk of unsavory bandits who prey upon travelers like yourself. Oh yes, you be cautious if you go any farther. There's treasure in there for certain, but the entrance locks from behind. I saw the same design earlier, and it's the same contraption, I'm sure. I was with this warrior, you see, and he insisted that he go inside first. The rather brusque fellow tried to swipe the loot for himself, but it trapped him inside. I still have the gent's ring. I do hope he wasn't harmed. I'll leave this one to you. I'm worried about what might be inside.
Okay, so he's warned us if we go through there, the door's going to close behind us and we may die or get trapped. But there's also the thought of treasure. I'm not going to go in that way. There's a far easier way to do this. And that's how we are going to handle it here. Now there is going to be enemies in the way, including what I like to refer to as a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, because it looks exactly like a bloody turtle. And I'm going to have to deal with him, but I don't want to deal with him yet. So I'm just going to run through here on the right and see who follows me, if anybody. Nobody oh, but you're alive. I'll just use all 3. Yeah. Right, so I was not followed. Good, because there's going to be a lot of fighting in the next area. Through here, there is a slumbering giant, by the way. He's been a tree too long, I guess. I'm not entirely sure if they serve any purpose yet, other than concealing a large soul of a lost undead. I think that's 2,000 souls it gives you, or maybe that's the 1,000. There's a lot more of these kind of named ones, so it's hard to keep track of the value of each. But yeah, we're going to take this ladder instead. And this lets us get in behind all the enemies that are lying in wait to trap you, and it gives you an advantage. It's still hard at points, especially if you're a melee build, because you're having to fight like 3 enemies at once. You can also go in here. I can't remember if there's a point yet. Well, you can get down there, and I can shoot from here, right? I'm finding this so much easier as a mage so far, but I just know that some of the bosses are going to be a nightmare as a mage, so I think that's kind of balanced it out. It might be a bit easier to play the general stuff as a mage, but the bosses are going to be some of them are going to be a pain. Right, I think I took out all the enemies. I could never make this tiny little jump, no matter how hard I tried. I always rolled below it. I'll give it a go in a second, because I'm going to have to fall down there to get back out of here anyway. I was just curious if there was another enemy down there. I don't think there is. No. Screwed up again. Oh no, there was an enemy. But luckily he tried to do a shield bash for some stupid reason. Screw you. And I won't waste an Estus. I will just use a life gem because I have a lot of them from the farming I was doing. And what do we have in chest number 1? A dagger that might be better than the one I'm using, and an inventory helm. Let's check that dagger out compared to the one I'm using. So it was a nail thingy. Mail breaker. Can't use it, don't have enough dex, and it's needing more... I mean, it doesn't have as much attack. But it's got good crit. Either way, doesn't really matter to me. Not what I'm after. And this is going to drop us down right in front of what I call the turtle guy, but I don't think he's aggressive until you actually physically hit him. He is guarding the way towards the first boss though, so if you did want to skip all this stuff I'm about to do, just kill him and get back, or run past him, I think. Although I think part of the reason he doesn't aggro you is so you can't run past, you have to get in his face and hit him. But yeah, we need to get past him to get to the first boss. Which I'm still hoping to be able to fit an attempt in this video. But I do want to clear out this area for Pate to get the rewards he spoke of. Let's just kill this cart. That's right, I'm killing the cart and switch to greater soul arrows for this part because there's a lot of enemies. I may end up using another one of those blossoms, but it's just because I don't want to do too much backtracking and then re-killing enemies on camera. Still, as I say, you do get the chance to buy them eventually. Now around here there's 3, I think. The archer's going to fire. Oh, he hit me. Doesn't matter. Didn't do much. I'm surprised he isn't stunning me. I should have used a lesser there. Now at the bottom, yeah, there's 3 of them. And unfortunately, I don't have any AoE, so I'm kind of... I want to try and make sure I kill that first one as quickly as possible. And then you're rushing at me. No, I'll let you attack. There we go. That's the way. You trigger an attack and then you deal with them. And charge him with the Dagger of Doom. Right. And now we can go... And there's still more enemies around the corner here, but we can claim our reward at least. Is this the thing he was guarding? Aromatic Ooze? That applies a magical effect to your weapon, I think it is. Or maybe fire? I can't remember now. But anyway, we're not done yet. There's the one I wanted. The one that's closer is the bigger threat at this point. We are actually nearing being able to get round to the original bonfire because we can open up a shortcut. I'm not sure if I'll get there. I will certainly try. I'm thinking without using another herb, I mean. Because I'm running low on magic now. Okay. Some arrows, good. I never really like having to buy arrows because I use them so infrequently. Oh, there we go, I've triggered the trap. Oh no, I'm trapped, but everything's dead because I killed them. Yeah, I just realised there's not really any particular reward here. You get round to the bit with the chest I was opening before. Yeah, just bodies vibrating down the stairs. Nothing to see here. They're having the time of their unlives. It's so weird how the bodies react in this. So yeah, if you did have to do this the way where you went in the gate down by Pate, you would eventually end up coming around here, and then you just have to just drop down back where you started, basically. Then we can have a conversation with him.
Well, I see you managed to escape. I hope that brave warrior didn't come a cropper either. Be careful out there. There's talk of unsavory bandits who prey upon travelers like yourself. Oh.
Ah, there we go. We get a reward from Pate, I forgot. White soapstone. So there we go. That is how we put down our soapstone, I think, or is that the one for calling for help?
With luck.
Either way, the servers are actually still down at the point of me doing this. They were supposed to be up, so I'm not sure why they're not yet. But either way, it's still pre-release, so that might be why. Oh, you're just repeating dialogue at this point. My bad. Right, we're going to have to try and kill that giant turtle now with 6 great soul arrows. That should be... I am definitely not getting in melee with this guy. He will destroy me. So... let's see how much damage a great soul arrow does, and then just spam them. That is not anything like enough damage. Actually, it might be. One more after this? Yeah, that's enough. Down you go, turtle face. They respawn. You know, prior to like murdering them so much that they don't, but still. I'm down to 1 great soul arrow. Okay, there should be 2 on my left over there. Yep, that's right. Can't open that door down there yet. We do have a homeward bone. I'm going to have to use an amber herb because I'm so close to getting the shortcut open, but at the same time I'm not wanting to rely on 1 great soul arrow. So yeah, I'm doing it. 7 and 11. That also means we can do a bit more stuff. Die. There we go. And you're going on all. Now let me just double check my bearings here. We can go up there and there's 1 guarding it. I can't remember if someone drops down behind you when you go up that or not. Oh, you're alive. That's who it is. Right. I think it's safe to run up here now. Oh, let's use 3. Okay. Oh no, it wasn't. Okay. Shit. Okay. I could have sworn I picked off everybody. You must have... I knew someone dropped down. I should have trusted my instincts. Still, you made me waste magic though. Right, and if we come through this fog wall... we now almost have access. Oh, I'm not used to this place being dark because I lit all the torches here. Yeah, before I accidentally screw myself over and get murdered. There. Now, through there is the ladder back up to the bonfire, so that's me now got instant access through to the first boss, pretty much. What are we at? We're over 20 minutes, so I'm actually going to save the first boss for the next video. It means I can do a little bit more... oh, there's one of those lizards. It means I can do a little bit more off-screen farming. Damn, 1 was enough. And also means I can go back and spend my levels in Majula. Now, obviously you're alive. What did you drop? 2 Titanite shards. I could also do some upgrading of my staff. Come on, we both know you're alive. There we go. And round here we have an item. I can't remember what it is. A large leather shield and a life gem. How does that compare to this wooden one I'm using? It's superior but requires 1 more strength. It blocks 90% of physical damage. It blocks 30% more fire damage. Blocks less magic. I might spend 1 more strength. Might. At this point, I mean. Eventually I probably will regardless. Still, so the route to the first boss is open. He's down there. And I haven't actually died yet. I'd already died twice on my first playthrough at this point. Finding it a lot easier as a mage, as long as you have enough spells to go by. Pat, how long are we at here? 23 minutes. Should I just go for the last boss? The last boss. Yeah, I'd love that. The first boss, I mean. I'll rest at the bonfire and... yeah, I will. I'll probably kill me. I've only fought this... well, it took me about 3 or 4 attempts to kill him on my first playthrough. If he basically touches me, I'm dead. Because on my melee build character, if he touched me, I died. So the stakes are the same as the mage, essentially. We'll just ignore all the other enemies and run back here. Oh wait, no, I have 3,000 odd souls. I don't want to lose them. I'll go back quickly and level up. I really don't want to waste 3,000 souls by dying to the first boss. Plus, I mean, we're at, what, 24 minutes. Win or lose, the first boss will be over with in a minute. Or 2, at most. Now, the trick, if you are struggling with the first boss and say you're playing a different type of build than I am, as long as you're human, you can summon Pate to fight it for you. Now, he's really bad, because of the way the first boss works. In fact, a lot of the NPC helpers you get are nothing more than bullet sponges, in a manner of speaking, because they're really bad at doing damage. The first boss basically just kicks Pate's ass. But the point is, it distracts him long enough that you can do damage. Now, when you're a melee build, that doesn't really help, because you can still die from getting stomped on. As a mage, I think it might make it very, very easy, and I'm kind of banking on that. And we'll explore the mansion in the next part as well, I think. So I want int. I also want I've only got enough for one more level, really? Huh. Let's put it into attunement and consider that good. And given I've still got 900 souls left to spend, I am actually just going to quickly talk to the blacksmith to see if I can upgrade my staff to do more magic damage.
You. The name.
Yeah. Oh, you're a linguist. I'm not going to pronounce your name, blacksmith. You are Mr. Blacksmith from now on. Also, don't talk about flirtatious vagabonds. Reinforce equipment. Can I reinforce my staff? I can. More magic damage, more darkness bonus. Yes, please. And if I had ever so slightly more souls, I could do it again. I'll use up one of my...
I'll be around.
Just one. You can use these in bulk now, by the way, which is very nice.
What?
I didn't move anywhere, Mr. Blacksmith. I was standing next to you the whole damn time. That could give me the edge I require for the boss. Let's go see. I've been putting off... I don't want to be like a cock tease with you people. Let's just get on with it and kill this guy. And then, off camera, I will do a bit more leveling. I also need to go back to my other file and finish the damn game. But still, when next we start, hopefully the multiplayer servers will be up and functioning so that I can potentially play with other people and also get invaded and get my shit rocked by other people who want to troll nice and early. Or I could go do some invasions. I never really dabbled in that in Demon Souls or Dark Souls because it's not my bag. I haven't joined a Covenant yet either. When you do join a Covenant, the circular thing in the top left to next to your stamina and health fills in with a symbol of it. I might as well find one to join before I get to the one that I know I want to join, because it's fairly far in. Right, yeah, we're going down here to face the boss. Play dramatic music now, as you can't even see. It's covering your eyes. Right, and Pate's summoning symbol should just be down here. Yep, there it is. Oh, I forgot about him. Good job he was a bit unobservant. Right. Mild-mannered Pate. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. There we are. Can I welcome you? I'll point at you. I miss all my good emotes from my other character. Right, here we go, Pate, you ready? And we're going to get a cutscene for the introduction of the first boss. The Last Giant, I believe it's called, or something similar to that. Okay, so, oh crap. We need Pate to be tanking this guy. There's no two ways about it. He needs to be the one. Also, I was really expecting Greater Soul Arrow to do more than that, but as long as Pate's keeping him busy, we're just going to sit here and we're going to spam. I was really expecting to do more damage per arrow than this. I need to wait. Also, in case you haven't noticed by this point, stamina drains when you cast spells, so you can't just cast and run. You still have to keep... we're going to annihilate this guy. I expected Pate to be taking more damage. Excuse me, when he's almost dead, he pulls off his own arm and starts trying to beat you with it. Alright, normal soul arrows are doing nothing, so I'm so glad I went out the way for Greater Arrow. Don't worry, Pate, I've got this. Just keep him busy. Done? Done. Victory achieved. Good job, Pate. So we get a soldier's key, not shoulder. Soul of the Last Giant and a crap ton of souls. Well, you know, like 7 grand that was, wasn't it? So, not too shabby. So now within this area we can open doors that look like this. Oh, wait a minute. Oh no, you must open that from the other side. I thought you used that key. No, it's the doors like on the top floor. But we can pick that up next time because we are running on a little here. So next time I'll do a bit of off-camera leveling, maybe level up some more of my gear as well. Next time we'll be exploring a bit more of this area, opening some doors that key is for, and also exploring the mansion back in the village and seeing what there is to see in there. What are you doing there? You shouldn't be there. Disappear. Yeah, so thank you for watching. I hope you had fun. That was the first boss. I struggled with that so much more when I was a melee build, honestly. Although saying that, when I noticed that you could actually summon Pate, I did it first try. I was trying to solo it prior to that as an undead, and it wasn't working out very well. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you are supporting the series thus far. There is more to come if you are. Thank you for watching, and ta-ta for now.